People, talk to me in the comment section and let me know. Let me say something first though before I close this off. Listen, this is not, a lot of people get in their feelings, right? Because you're not talking about all the good things about Jamaica, right? But here's the problem. When things like this happen, everybody ignores it. And how can you ignore something like this? I look at Jamaica as our body, okay? Just like how I have my body, my arms, my legs, my torso, my head. If my arm is rotting off, if my left arm is rotting off, I'm not just gonna leave it and let it rotten off and say, "Cho, me not worry about it. Me have my right hand." I'm gonna end up with one hand, which is going to make things harder for me. Tasks like tying my shoelaces, tasks like lifting my son up and he's 1 year old, tasks like peeling an onion for cook some food in the kitchen. You understand the parallel that I'm drawing here? Everybody wants you to talk good about Jamaica, and when you dig up the stuff that everyone's trying to hide or just flash it in the news quickly, then sweep it under the rug and go back to winding up like we in carnival all year long, then you're looked at as the bad guy. Oh, you always make Jamaica look bad, my youth. This ain't always making Jamaica look bad. The people that are always making Jamaica look bad are the people who are causing all these murders, like 34 people killed in 1 week. No man, you have got to be kidding me. Things are getting, this is a state of emergency, actually. Immediately when I saw the headline, I said to myself, 34 people, or they mean 34 animal? Is this about farming and slaughtering animals for export of meat? Or is this about people, like real people? 34 people, imagine 34 people 1 week in a small island like Jamaica. We can't have this, man. But guess what? We're having it. Last week alone, there were 34 murders across the country of Jamaica at a rate of nearly 5 people being murdered per day. I don't know where the outrage is, but I don't see it. The people them still a bounce along and a party same way like everything is okay. Maybe it's because I'm on the outside looking in. And I have to be honest and say that when I'm in Jamaica, I don't feel it either. So it is so easy for me when I'm there to just become one of the others and just get along with real life and not pay attention to something like this that is so burdening to carry. Last week alone, 34 murders across the island of Jamaica at a rate of nearly 5 murders per day. The St. Andrew South Police Division continues to be the black eye for law enforcers, with 14 murders committed there between October 13th and October 19th. Did you hear that? 14 murders in the St. Andrew Police South Division from October 13th to October 19th. Now maybe me can't do maths, so I'm going to pick up my fingers them and count. So you have October 13th, then you have the 14th, then you have the 15th, you have the 16th, the 17th, the 18th and the 19th, which brings me to 7 days. So 14 murders in a one division in 7 days. While the government is urging residents to hold strain as the police try to rein in rival gangs during the state of emergency, which was declared on July 7th, violent crime continues to rear its ugly head. There were 6 killings in a 48-hour period last week in this same division, including a triple murder in the White Wing Avenue community. People, remember, I know this is a place that is under the state of emergency currently. What I want to ask is this, because see, I always have to put this in there that my 10 years in the U.S. Army infantry, a vetted combat infantry veteran, I don't have to tell people in details, and I can't tell people in details some of the missions that I've done or have been a part of. What I can say is this though, you are held accountable when you're in that uniform and you're given your orders and it's boots on the ground. Nothing is supposed to move in your area that you lock down without you knowing. And if things fall apart, you are held responsible. So, I want to know now, who is held responsible when all these killings are going on still, even though the place is under a state of emergency and there are so many law enforcement officials with boots on the ground in these areas? This is appalling. 14 murders in 7 days. This is appalling. There have been 140 shootings during the period. 17.6% jump from 2018. There were 86 robberies, 3 fewer than last year, and 36 break-ins, 3 fewer than last year. Up to October 19th, some 1,060 people have been killed nationwide, compared to 1,044 in 2018. That is to this point of the year. We're talking about October 29th. We still have November and December to go. And today, November just started. The Kingston Central Division experienced 11 murders last year, but police data indicates a 136% rise to 26. The division also had 30 shootings up to last week, compared with 18 last year. St. Andrew Central had 79 murders, compared with 66 from last year, while Kingston Eastern accounted for 60 murders when they had 50 last year. So in other words, then, we can safely say that the state of emergency, what? It not work. Because murder is up everywhere by how many percentages? High percentages. St. Elizabeth had 22 murders, a 3.7% increase from 2018. St. Catherine South, which is under a state of emergency, had 104 murders compared to 75 from last year. Now, man, somebody must be asking, who is on the ground? Who is charged with the responsibility? And who is involved that not supposed to be involved? Because that's the only way all this can be going on. You see, when law enforcement link up with killer, badman, gunman, then we can't expect the numbers in murders to drop. It is either that, or it's a case of the law enforcement placed in this area, police, soldier, whoever is there, are incapable of doing their jobs. I don't know what kind of training they have. So there's only two ways we can look at it. One, they're either incapable of doing their job, or two, they are rubbing elbows with and working hand in hand with criminals. Because all these murders that I'm hearing about, me not hear about nobody I get arrested for murder and tried for murder in these divisions. So while the state of emergency in Hanover and Westmoreland is bearing fruit, the St. James crime situation is still out of control. St. James has recorded some 118 murders so far for the year. a 43.9% increase over last year up to this time. However, there was a year-long state of emergency in the parish in 2018, which ended in January this year. It was reimposed on April 30th after a spike in the killings. Wanna get that? So far, St. James has recorded 118 murders, and we're talking about to October 29th. From January 1st to October 29th of 2019, St. James has recorded 118 murders, a 43% rise, almost 50%, 43.9% rise over last year. And last year they had the state of emergency there, which had that number probably in some 60 something, 70 something. They took away the state of emergency there, and the numbers doubled, sorry. Westmoreland has had 66 murders so far this year, compared with 112 for the corresponding period in 2018. Hanover has accounted for 26, 20 fewer than last year. I've given you all the numbers, So if you really want to find out so far how many people have been murdered in Jamaica this year, add 66. I'm walking you through this. Add 66 to 118 plus 22 plus 104 plus 79 plus 60 plus, may I give you the numbers them, watch it, work with it, plus 1060. Boy, this don't look good. This don't look good at all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's talk about this, and leave your answer to this question in the comment section. When was the last time you went to Jamaica? I want to know. Everybody that is listening to this, I want to know. When was the last time you went to Jamaica? When was the last time you visited Jamaica? Or do you live in Jamaica? If you live in Jamaica, or when was the last time you visited Jamaica, I want you to also answer this. How do you feel when you are there? Knowing these numbers, knowing that murder is so prevalent there, are you affected psychologically by it? Meaning, are you fearful? Do you make sure that you lock up in the house? That the house have on grill? That you make sure that the grill lock? The lock upon the grill lock? That kind of stuff. Or are you able to just walk around freely, stay out all kinds of hours of the night if you feel like it, and you really don't feel threatened? I need to know. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'm out. Peace.